I've prepared a ruse of sorts, one I imagine you'll quite like.
When I first came up with the idea for Metal Gear, people told me storytelling won't work in action games. So I set out to prove the world that action games could be a valid storytelling medium. This led me to craft Metal Gear Solid using storytelling tools like cinematic effects, cutscenes, radio calls, and stage gimmicks. In today's game industry, these types of linear storytelling methods have now become commonplace. However, that was never the ultimate goal. As an interactive medium, I believe games have the potential to break away from movies and convey a story while also giving players the freedom to play as they like. The advent of open-world game design allows for completely new forms of storytelling. In designing Metal Gear Solid 5, I wanted to maximize the player's sense of strategic freedom. As a result, the experience will vary depending on the tastes of each individual player. The impression will probably be quite different from previous Metal Gear Solid games. The biggest challenge was how to tell a story in a non-linear way, and our solution was to use a freely assembled episodic format. Like a TV drama, the story gradually comes together as the player proceeds through missions and gathers episodic pieces of the story. If you look back 10 years ago, online games focused mainly on competition. Players would assemble for matches, then disperse back to the real world once they were done. But today, hardware is constantly connected online, so whenever you play, there will always be somebody in the world doing the same thing. Therefore, I want to include elements that take advantage of that. This time, it's not just your mother base, but the mother bases of players from all over the world. This adds a new dimension to the gameplay based on connections between players online. It's a huge challenge for us, and we're putting a lot of effort into it. In the early stages of the game, players will complete missions and enjoy the story as a standalone experience and develop their mother base. However, at a certain point, the game opens up and each player's story becomes intertwined with the experiences of others online as they compete with rival mother bases, or invite others to their base as allies. It's a different type of online experience. Hopefully, people will enjoy what we've done.
タイトルとか IP にたどり着くようなものを作りたかったんで、それの業界初の試みです。
So I mean, you see all these trailers, all these teasers, but it is a game, so I wanted to have something that was really interactive that you could play through. After playing it, clearing something, you would finally get to the IP or the title or whatever it was. That's what I wanted to create, and I believe that's an industry first. I wanted to be the first one.
非常に怖いですね。怖くて、で、その最後のパズルって非常に難解です。これわざとやってます。
So this is a very scary game, and the last puzzle is ridiculously difficult. This is completely intentional.
で、僕の予定では1週間ぐらい解くのにかかると思ってたんですけど、半日で解かれてしまいまして、やっぱり今のユーザーさんすごいと思います。
I personally expected this to take at least a week to be solved, and I was really surprised it took less than half a day. So yeah, I underestimated the current fans, the current players.
モビーディックの時はVGA の時はその流した途中ぐらいからバレてたんで、それよりはマシですけど。
I mean, it's an improvement because when we show Moby Dick during BGAs, but halfway the announcement, people already had to figure out. So I guess we're getting better.
So Ito has other more quiet moments that are very disturbing, that deal with deformity, body invasion. I mean, none of the Japanese horror is subtle in that way, but a lot of it eventually creates its own poetic, you know? They're very poetic at the end of the day in a dark way.
Is that someone you and Kojima both identified?
Yes.
What was he working on for the project?
He's very quiet, you know, he's very timid. So I can tell you we did a couple of really crazy karaokes. So we did karaoke together. We had a few working sessions where we were talking about using the console, the next generation console, in a way that would surprise people. Like we said, let's really freak out people. Let's really cause a panic with Silent Hills. Let's go for full-blown social madness. And we were planning this stuff, and Ito mainly was just being nice and thinking and making notes, and he didn't say much, but He didn't sing either on the karaoke.
Yeah.
He was a very mysterious man.
It's fun for me because having written about games and cover games for so long, it's so predictable sometimes how people reveal information about games, and I love that games are about playing with people's emotions, and I think you do a great job in the marketing and positioning of the games. So it's fun for me. It's fun for the fans, right? I mean, what I love about it is it connects back to sometimes the themes of your games, and you really deeply think about these things, and that's what I like. It all comes from you as a creator, and some creators are very focused on just the game, but I think you think of the whole picture of sort of how you want to, work with the fans and give them a journey along the way until they get to play the game. Because it's hard for a lot of these fans. They hear about the game, they have to wait years to be able to play it. So I think you always have fun with the fans as well, and I think they appreciate it.
That guy, he's such a genius, and I'm just doing whatever he says, and he's like, we're gonna make people cry. And I'm like, for a video game? And he's like, yep. And I was like, all right. And then he goes, and I go, playing me? And he goes, no, they'll be you. And I was like, I'm just doing whatever he says. I mean,
well, did you like it?
Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I'm glad you gave me some clothes to wear this time.
We are back together.
Yeah. And nothing's gonna stop us this time. Yeah. I have to say, it's such an honor to work with you. You're such a genius, seriously. Opened my eyes to a whole new world, I have to say, so thank you very much. Yeah. I think I now have to go on the internet and try to figure out what I just watched, though. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for having us at the Game Awards. I'd do anything for this guy, for real. Good night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool. Possibly, but he's I don't know. I know what the game's about to a certain extent. We went out to the Music Game Awards in LA a couple of weeks ago, and we came on stage, and part of the scripted dialogue when you come out with the microphone, it was me saying, now I need to go on the internet and figure out what that was about, but I kind of know what it's about because I've asked him a zillion questions. But yeah,
when someone approaches you with these crazy ideas, and when you're on camera or in a game in this case, you're pretty much, I mean, once you said yes, you're open to whatever these guys ask for? Or these
pretty
girls
much.
ask for?
I mean, the thing about this game concept is so mind-blowing because it's not like, kill everybody and win the game. It's a connecting thing. Mm-hmm. It's like the opposite. Mm-hmm. And, it's so ahead of its time. Yeah. And there's elements of social media in it. And
one more clear connection that I missed last time, and that, my friends, is the motif of the rope versus the stick. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this by now, but for those who aren't, basically Kojima took inspiration from this idea from a novel by Japanese author Kobo Abe that mankind's first invention was the stick to keep threats away, and that the second invention was the rope to keep things they care about close and connected. Kojima's goal with Death Stranding is to make a game that features not only gameplay equivalents to sticks, like you would find in most games, like kicking and punching and guns and other types of weapons, but also gameplay equivalents to ropes that players can use to form connections. Kojima didn't elaborate beyond that, but that's the idea.
ミッシングリンクの変換を保管するってことで、これあんまりまだゲームプレイされてない皆さんには言えないんですけど、どういう保管の仕方が変換をつなぐ仕方がいいのかってずっとこう4ぐらいから考えてたんですけど、でその一つの答えが今回のメタルギアソリッド5なので、ファンの方は多分喜んでもらえると思います。誰もがやったことないことをチャレンジしてますので、しかもゲームでしかできなかったことをしてますし、28年間というシリーズじゃないと不可能なことをやっているので、ぜひ喜んでいただければと思います。
When it comes to this ending, there are no facts, only interpretations. Much like Metal Gear Solid 2, number 5 ends with a fourth wall break. This time we're not told to turn off the console, but rather given a glimpse at the console, the vintage MSX gaming computer that was home to the original Metal Gear games from the late 80s, while a second big boss explains that we've been playing as a body double this whole time. The implication, starting with the player's own avatar and birthday being input, as well as the weird things the soldiers say on the mother base afterwards, and the whole fact that the body double is just some random unremarkable medic, is all a shout out to any random unremarkable fans who helped the series grow and develop all these years. The message is that anyone can be this legendary action hero. As Big Boss explains it, he is you and you are him. The legend is yours together. The players built it alongside the characters. Big Boss takes your own identity into his. It's a reversal of the Metal Gear Solid 2 situation, where Raiden throws away the player's control to become his own character. But this time, the character is now a vector for the player. Venom is almost a silent protagonist, lacking the charisma and charm that we see in even the small glimpses we get of the real boss, who still spouts action movie one-liners without missing a hitch.
What happened to the woman? The woman? We gave her a life. She took the short way down.
On the other hand, when Venom talks, it's mostly with expected, unimaginative questions or responses that the player themselves are probably asking. And it's all introduced by the reference to David Bowie's Man Who Sold the World, which is commonly explained to be a song about a doppelganger. It's about schizophrenic sensations Bowie experienced when juggling multiple roles during his early career, as the song was made about a year before he began performing as the outlandish character of Ziggy Stardust.
Any contradicting belief is independent of the party, and therefore wrong. In the novel, the world is divided into 3 territories: Eastasia, Eurasia, and Oceania. London is part of Oceania. For the duration of the first half of the novel, Oceania is at war with Eurasia. Everyone believes and accepts this as fact. Halfway through, this truth changes. Oceania becomes at war with Eastasia. The party changes the truth. The truth is they were always at war with Eastasia. There is a brief adjustment, but through doublethink, the people adjust and accept this truth almost instantly. The party controls the truth. They attempt to eliminate all ways of disagreeing with them, and goes to extreme lengths, such as removing words from the dictionary. They cannot be proven wrong if the words don't exist to do so. Total information control. So who does this sound like to you in the Metal Gear saga? Cypher. The Patriots AI wish to control the flow of information in MGS2.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths.
But what does that have to do with MGS-V, which takes place in 1984? Think about something with MGS-V. Despite there being a build-up to a war with Cypher, we never really see Cypher the whole game. We're not at war with Cypher. We're at war with XOF. The narrative of the game is tampered with. Every major plot device in the game has some capability to alter perception, manipulate the truth. Big Boss's mental health, the shrapnel horn, the third child, words to control the subconscious, parasite therapy. This theory of traumas being manifested in the simulation doesn't just stop there, it keeps going. Leading into Ground Zeroes, I'd like to discuss Project Ogre. This paragraph was written directly by Cypher with some modifications by me for reading aloud, and does a great job of explaining what Project Ogre is seeming to be at this point. There's a Japanese folktale that's about a red and a blue ogre. When you think about it, Konami is the red ogre, a lonely, misunderstood beast who'd only had his brash instinct as a means of communication, in the end only wanting people to like him. However, due to the Red Ogre's nature, people feared him and despised him. Kojima, on the other hand, is the Blue Ogre, the friend of Red Ogre, or Konami. The Ogre of thoughtfulness and serenity, cunning and resolution. The two ogres' opposites allowed them to become great friends, and Kojima was made vice president of their digital arm. Then one day, the Blue Ogre, Kojima, asked for his friend, the Red Ogre, to run him out of town. It was all the Blue Ogre's plan, and in the end, whilst the two stayed friends, the Blue Ogre left in isolation. In other words, Kojima formed his new studio, leaving Konami, the Red Ogre alone again. The Red Ogre, curious of the Blue Ogre's absence, scoured the world day and night for his friend. As Python and Selkin have pointed to in some of their videos, namely the Ultimate MGSV analysis, it seems that Big Boss is stuck in this virtual purgatory, forced to relive memories extracted from his brain, as well as Gray Fox's.
Heading to prison, are you, Murphy?
Just looking for a way out of town is all.
That's so. Afraid all the roads are out, every last one of them. Strangest thing. What the f... Something wrong, son?
Did you see it? Up there in the window.
Hmm?
Never mind.
I suppose if you're really desperate, you could try the old Skytram. Of course, it hasn't really been kept up since the accident.
I'll take my chances.
That's the spirit. Well, this mail ain't gonna deliver itself. Good luck, Murphy. Hope you find whatever it is you're looking for.
Hey, what's the name of this place?
Wanna come work for me? Must be tough out here on your own.
I can't help you with that. I make deliveries. That's all.
Well, this mail ain't gonna deliver itself. Good luck, Murphy. Got something for you. From St. Maria's, the old orphanage up there on the hill.
No. This can't be right.
Got your name on it, doesn't it? Seems plenty right to me. Of course, you won't know till you open it, will you?
No. Enough of this shit. No. I'm done. I'm finished with the riddles, the mind games. Whatever I did to get here, I've had enough. I want out. Do you understand me? Do ya?
Son, you still don't get it. It doesn't matter what you want. As for me, I got mail to deliver. Goodbye, Murphy.
The silent, faulty feeling. The silent fall.
The past just won't let go.
The silent fall.
I'll see you around. Sam Porter Bridges.
The silent fall. I sigh and fall to the ceiling.
I got mail to deliver.
I sigh.
The man who delivers. Sam Porter Bridges.
A silence for the feeling. Ran out of all the meaning. I ran out of. It's hard to fall.
possessed by a demon.
It is just a dream. It is all a dream. I am in it, and you are in it too. I am the dreamer, but you are having my dream.
Sensei! 私死にたくない。無になりたくない。
マミ君、私たちも懸命に君の病気と戦っている。だから君も希望を捨てないで頑張るんだ。
ダメよ、夢だって死神が現れたわ。
彼は死神じゃない。別の病棟に入院している患者だよ。
嘘よ、あんな人間いるもんですか。あれは人間じゃない。暗黒の闇の彼方に住むものだわ。
詳しく教えていただけませんか。特殊な夢を見るとか。
そういえば君はここに来て間もなかったな。彼の名は向田哲郎。2ヶ月ほど前にこの病院を訪れた。彼は長い夢を見て困っていると言った。長い夢？どのくらい長く感じるのかね。
初めの頃は今から1ヶ月ほど前ですが、一晩の夢が2日3日の長さに感じられました。
ほう。それは目が覚めた後で長かったと感じるんだね。
いえ、夢の中で長いと感じるんです。最初は気のせいだと思ってましたが、日を追うごとにどんどん長くなっていくんです。しかも楽しい夢ばかりならいいのですが、悪夢も多いのでだんだん気味悪くなってきたんです。
それで今ではどのくらいの長さに？
昨日の夢はだいたい1年くらい。
おお、1年ね。
先生、本当なんです。今では前日の記憶がはっきりせず、日常生活に支障をきたすようになりました。
見ることにした。その夜のことだ。全身の痙攣と眼球運動。しかしそれは一瞬で終わった。その時脳波は最も深い眠りの状態を示していた。おい君、起きたまえ。君は夢を見ていたか。
ここはどこです？
ここは病院だ。君は昨日から入院しているんだよ。
入院。ああ、思い出しました。僕は入院したんだ。ええ、見てました。恐ろしい夢でした。しかし1年半ほど経ちました。昨日の夢は10年ほどでした。どんどん長くなっています。
いいかい向田君、それは錯覚で、本当は一瞬のことなんだ。夢の長さを恐れる必要はない。
先生は僕の夢を見たことがないからそんなことが言えるんです。僕の夢がどんなに現実感があるか、どんなにわい雑でどんなに孤独か、そしてどんなに恐ろしいか。
だからそれは錯覚なんだよ。我々はその原因を突き止めるべく努力しているんだ。
早くしてくださいよ。でないと僕の夢はそのうち100年200年と長くなっていきそうなんです。もしそんなことになったら僕はどうかしてしまいますよ。
予想通り彼の夢は加速度的に長くなっているようだった。我々の目から見ても確かにそう見えた。まるで人類が長い歴史の中で進化するように。向田君、目覚めたかね。
ここはどこだ。あんたらは誰だ。
私は君の主治医の黒だ。思い出してくれ。
いやー！
最近は目覚めるとよくこんな風に意味不明のことをする。
まだ夢の中にいるつもりなのかもしれませんね。
マミはどこだ？私の妻マミがいない。そうだ、ここはマミと初めて出会った病院だ。マミはどこだ？マミ
また現れたわね、死神。
Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
You've been chosen.
So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW was still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise. Raiden, take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
SOP had another function. To control people's senses. Snake. Remember Frank?
Frank Yeager. Gray Fox.
They twisted his body for their experiments and nullified his broken heart with nanomachines. SOP has taken it even further and applied it to living human beings. The sins of war these soldiers carried inside them returned to assault them in the form of unimaginable shell shock.
The whole thing's a lie.
The meaning in the system may have changed, but the battlefield hasn't. Until that point, war was like a game to them. And then suddenly, reality came crashing down.
But he failed because of you.
9 years ago, I tried to free us from the control of our genes. 4 years later, our dear brother Solidus sought to free us from the control of the Patriots' means. All of it, was nothing more than a process of trial and error, the end result of which is Outer Haven. To be free from Sons of the Patriots, the ultimate form of external control imposed on the Patriot soldiers.
We've launched it, it's circling the Earth, and then it's gonna zip in at just the perfect time. And everyone's gonna freak out. Yes?
A laptop from 1998.
Yeah, that surprised me. That's like it. That's how they like to work.
Doesn't look like anything to me.
Wow. Look at all these games. You're like a gamer. Cool.
Of course I am. It's for my job. A girl never beat you at Street Fighter.
Is this, this is like your dating manual?
Well, the singularity is when computers learn to outsmart man like women did years ago.
Oh, wow.
It's important that you realize there is a small medical procedure involved.
Sorry for a game?
What we're working on is an interactive augmented reality system.
Like VR?
More like layers on top of reality.
Oh. Okay.
We call this a mushroom. Well done. He's not real. He's a sort of mental projection. You can see him. I can't.
You can't.
Wow. This is Shou Seito.
Oh. Fun.
Fun.
Fun is good.
Yeah. Oh.
Playing games is good. Your heart goes faster. You smile.
Yeah. Yeah. Or, scream.
Oh. I have always liked to make the player jump.
Huh?
Frightened, you get a scare, you jump. Afterwards, you feel good.
Yeah.
You glow. Why?
Oh, because of the adrenaline rush.
Yes.
Yeah.
But mostly because you are still alive. You have faced your greatest fears in a safe environment. It is a release of fear. It liberates you.
Yeah. I mean, totally.
What we are working on now is the most personal survival horror game in history.
Wow. Cool.
Once there was an explosion, a bang which gave rise to life as we know it.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was life.
Wake up, wake up. The time has come for paths to be beat and treasures won, and impossible tales to be sung. As we take on our foes, together as one. Till we send our fears back to where they came from. Wake up, wake up. The time has come.
Fear is a monster. The world is full of them. Loneliness, doubt. But in our world, they bring darkness, we bring light. We break free! In our world, we never fear monsters. Here we play.
buried code. Just to be sure. Inside of you, there is an egg. And when someone finds it, when they crack it, there'll be nothing left to stop you. The world you envisioned will become a reality.
Forgot to note, verbally in my series it's already been noted either by Python and Selkin or the Tomb Portable. But at the end of the third trailer, Norman Reedus says, "Ah, yeah." If you revert this audio, you'll get what sounds like, "Heian." This might seem random to an American, but it's a reference to an era in Japan known as the Heian period, or the Peace period.